I'm about to reach 2,000 days inside of my 2-year-old Minecraft hardcore world. In fact, after sleeping, I'm only 12 days away. But before I reach 2,000 days, I have a ton of projects to complete, as well as a bunch of questions to answer. One project I have already started doing is connecting my world up a bit further with a path. So now the path goes from this house here up to the windmill, and all the way up to my llama village over here. However, there's a ton of projects I still need to do. For example, over here I need to add some sort of terraforming. I'm thinking some like custom rocks or something, as right now the path's sort of floating in the air and it just doesn't look very good. On top of that, I also want to add in a ton more decorations to my world to make it look more finished before I hit the big day 2000. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be showcasing my plans after I've survived 2,000 days. But first, this path needs sorting out, meaning I'm going to need a bunch of stone. And luckily right here I have my stone shulker box, which could do with topping up actually. Luckily I have a bunch of stone over here from a project I did pretty much 2 years ago. Yeah, I should really clean up my world a bit more often. I think right here will be a great place to test what the first area of rock will look like. And whilst I'm building up the first rock, it's time to answer the first question. What's your favourite update? Now right now I am really enjoying Minecraft 1.21, the Tricky Trials update. I just think pretty much all the features are really enjoyable. I love all the new blocks added. However, overall I think my two favourite updates are 1.14 and 1.16. This is because both of those updates completely change the way I play the game, as well as adding in some really cool decoration items such as lanterns, barrels, and even netherite armor. I think netherite armor is just so amazing. Honestly, for my first attempt, I don't think this looks too bad. What I will do afterwards is add in some other variants like some cobblestone and some andesite, maybe even some tuff in like the darker spots. And then I also want to add in some moss, just so it looks a bit more overgrown. But I guess I'll just continue it up to the top right here. Yeah, I think that will look pretty good. Alright, it's now nighttime, meaning we can sleep. And we're now on day 1,989, meaning we've only got 11 days left. And I think this terraforming looks alright. I'm not the happiest with it right now, but I think it will look a bit better if I do end up adding in some slabs and some stairs. Yeah, I think the slabs, whilst they're not very noticeable, I think they do definitely help to add in some more detail. Even from a distance, this doesn't look awful. I think it will look a bit weird over here if I don't know what I'm going to do this side yet. And obviously, if we fly under and look around, this looks a bit odd. I know it will go down to the ground, but we'll have to mess around with that terraforming at some point as well. After some more work, I have done the back, and honestly, I don't think it looks awful now. Just it could do with some more details, so I'll definitely grab some moss in a minute and decorate with that. In fact, I'll do that right now. And luckily, in my industrial district, I have a moss farm. Hopefully there's some moss in here, so I don't need to wait. Yep, there is. There's also quite a lot of carpet, which will be good. And I'll take some bone meal as well. So I guess what I could just do is like add a moss block here, bone meal it, and see what happens. Get rid of all of the azalea trees and things. Yeah, honestly, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. Maybe add it in smaller patches. For example, over here. I can actually just add this bit in manually, I guess. Make it go down a layer or so. Just as if they're sort of like patches of like, well, I guess moss on top of the rocks. So I don't want too much. Even just something like that, I think, works. Obviously, I can go through as well and add in some moss carpet, just for extra texturing and detail. And that can sort of spread around the rest of the rock as well. And obviously, I'm using a vanilla tweak texture pack, which actually adds a moss layer when you place a moss carpet down, which I think looks really cool. One extra detail I'm going to add is a ton of short grass, as this will definitely help to break up the otherwise quite bright green moss texture. Although we are in like a sort of extreme hills biome, or a meadow biome rather. So it does stand out a bit, but I don't think it looks awful, and obviously we can add some along the course dirt path as well. With all of this moss and foliage added in, I actually think this looks really cool now. Maybe I'll go back through later and add some more types of decorations, maybe some flowers and some berries, and I'll obviously break up the texture. But we do need to do it to this side as well. And I completely forgot, but it is night, meaning we can go to sleep and wake up on day 1990. Only 10 days left until we hit day 2000. And if you're enjoying today's video and are excited to see what I can do after day 2000, make sure you are subscribed. Now I'm going to repeat all the stone on this other side. To be fair, I probably should have also lit up underneath it. Yeah, that's a lot of mobs. Now that it's been lit up, I can carry on building the stone mountain and answer the next question. This next question is from a couple of people, which is what was the worst Minecraft update? Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Minecraft has really had a bad update. Obviously, there are features from updates which aren't as good as others, but overall, I think every update is good. If there was something I would want to change though, it would be the fact that mending is obtainable from villagers so easily. I just think it's such a stupid system, it's just too overpowered. Mending is supposed to be a rare and treasure enchantment. It's not supposed to be obtained so easily. It's already now the next night, so I can sleep, which means it's now day 1991, only 9 days left. And I've done the other side of the terraforming. And so far, yeah, you know what, I'm actually a big fan of this now. I think obviously we'll need some andesite and some tuff added in a bit, as well as some moss. But for now, I think I want to work on something a little bit different. That being planning out where my next builds are going to go. However, these won't be built today, these will be built some point in the future, who knows. I'll probably get around to it in the next 6 months or so. But these are also for builds I can't really make an entire video of. They're sort of just random builds that need to be built at some point, but I also just can't be bothered to make. Alright, where's the blocks I'm looking for? Here. Nope. In here? No. Over here? Here. Are they in here? No. Are they in my ender chest? Oh no, they'll be in my storage room. But to be fair, I don't need too much. I only need a bit of dark oak wood just to plan out where the builds will go. Is it in here? It is. 39. Yeah, that should be good. As one thing I want to do around this area is build more houses in this sort of style with the white terracotta, as well as incorporating some of the cherry wood. This was actually built before cherry wood was added, and I think I'm going to keep it like that just to sort of show the progression of this world. But for example, right here, I'll just build like a rough outline for now, like something like that, depending on how big it is. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay, that's a good size. And then I'll add another one here. Maybe a bit smaller. There we go. However, this village isn't going to be very big. I'm happy with like the 3 or 4 buildings there will be. And up here though, I do want to get rid of some of these trees as I want to build a couple more fields. Which means it's time to answer a couple more questions. This next question is, does pineapple belong on pizza? My answer is yes. In fact, I had some today. Next up, what's my favourite Minecraft biome? I think honestly it's a flower forest. I just wish it was a bit more unique than the regular forest. I know it has the flower variants, but it would be nice to have some more unique ones. What's my favourite Minecraft potion? Honestly, it'd probably be something like fire resistance or regeneration. I think they're the most useful ones. And they're sort of ones I do rely on. There we go, 3 more fields added to this area. Now to actually fill them in. And it looks like we're being watched by some pillagers. Luckily we're now in 1.21, so I can kill the captain without having to worry, as I do just get an ominous bottle instead. I think for this one right here, sweet berries would look nice. For these next couple of fields, I think they'll end up being crop ones, so I want to grab some ice out of my shulker box, as it is a much easier way to hydrate your crops without having to constantly try and find an infinite water source and using water buckets. Now that that's done, it's actually nighttime again, so I can sleep and wake up to day 1992. Now only 8 days left. And remember, at the end of the video, I will be showcasing my plans for after 2000 days. And as I plant down these crops and a new rosebush field, it's time to answer some more questions. If you could add any tree into Minecraft, what tree would you add? Personally, I think I'd add some sort of maple tree. Mainly, I'd want it for the leaves. I would love some like autumnal sort of leaves, like some oranges and some reds. I think that would be really cool. What's your favourite block in Minecraft? Well, I recently made a video rating every single block. If I had to choose between a few though, it would be coarse dirt and deep slate emerald ore. How did you get your name? Well, I've explained this quite a few times. Harry is my name, and I think when I was much younger, I did a portrait. I thought it looked a bit like a llama. I described myself as a llama, and sort of a name stuck on from there. Opinions on 1.21, it's my favourite update. Well, I actually voiced my opinions on it earlier. I think 1.21 is a great update. I'm a massive fan of all the brand new blocks added, and the trial chambers are very fun. What is your idea of a perfect spawn? I assume that means in Minecraft. Basically all just the biomes around you, so you can get access to all the wood types you need to start building. And honestly, I don't even mind if there's not a village nearby. What's your favourite armor trim? I'd say it's probably silence. I think silence looks amazing. I know I don't use it on this world, but I also like just random armor trims that don't add too much detail to the netherite armor. What is the best music disc? Right now, I'd actually say Creator. I think Creator sounds amazing, but obviously Pigstep, Stall, and all of those music discs are obviously amazing. If you could add one thing into Minecraft, what would it be? Well, I sort of mentioned just a few minutes ago talking about the autumnal trees and maple trees and things. So So I'd say that, like an autumnal biome would be my favourite thing to add. Other than that, I would love to see just more building blocks added into the game, like more variants to cobblestone, wood and dirt and sort of that thing, just to add more detail into the game. Are llamas your favourite mob? If they are, what's your second favourite? I'd say llamas are pretty high up. I think llamas are really cool. Other mobs I like are the wolves and the axolotls. There we go, that's the 4 brand new fields added into this area, and I think they'll end up looking really cool. I sort of tried something new with this torch flower field, as it's the second time I've built with torch flowers inside of this world. And hopefully when it's all grown up, it does look pretty good. And obviously I had to add another wheat field, as honestly, just around my world, I think the wheat just does stand out the best. And obviously this isn't my own wheat texture, this was made by Fwip. And once again, as the sun has now set, I can wake up on day 1993. Only 7 days left. And with that, we can move on to the next project, which will involve me connecting this pink village over here up to the rest of my farming village over here by just making a bigger path. And whilst adding in this path, I'll answer 3 more questions. Would you ever die on purpose in this world? No. I really like this world, I don't plan on ending it anytime soon. What do you plan to do after the hardcore world? Start a new one. How many pairs of shoes do you own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Around 7 pairs, although I don't really wear every single pair of them. But honestly, it's just nice to have the world even more connected now. As if we look at a map of this world, we can see that the path goes all the way through this village. It now goes obviously to the llama village, but it also goes over here and round to this village over here. Obviously, we still need to connect it to a few places. I have a castle up here and my industrial district, but that will get done over time, especially as I plan to expand the industrial district into a giant city around here. But obviously that's a future Harry problem, as I've got 7 days left until I hit day 2000, I'm not going to have time to build an entire city yet. The next thing I want to do is just clean up random parts of my world. For example, all these just oak trees here, which are here from when I built this giant custom forest. Yeah, that was quite a while ago now, so I need to get rid of all of these trees. And as I do, I'll answer the next question. Favourite flavour of cheese? Well, my favourite cheese would either be between cheddar or red Leicester. I don't really like many types of cheese. Do you play Minecraft Bedrock? Not really. I've done a couple videos on it. Would I play it again in the future? Probably, but obviously not as my main version of Minecraft. Next question, how do I edit my videos? Well, I use a software called Shotcut. And if you're beginning to make videos on YouTube, I definitely recommend using it. It's quite easy to learn, and I've sort of just stuck with it because I know so much about it now. I did not realise I had a shulker box with just a beacon inside laying around my world. The next project I do want to do in this world though is just clean up random parts which I need to get rid of anyway. For example, these bits of cactus, just don't need them here anymore. It's always because I've run out of green dye, but I've just added something under my industrial district, so it should be fine to get rid of those. This mangrove tree, this has actually been here for a long time, since I was actually properly living in this starter base. And I have my storage in here and whatever. So I think I will keep it for now, to be honest. Next up, one of the big plans I have for my world after 2000 days is to continue around this area. As all of this area now is done, I want to sort of build probably a village around here, maybe even a custom biome. However, I am planning on getting rid of all of this from where the dirt path is, just to shorten what the island looks like, as right now on the map it doesn't look too good. So I think just getting rid of like all of this area will end up looking quite good. This next bit actually involves you. This is a llama head built out of almost every block in the game. I built this ages ago. I think it looks pretty cool. It was a really fun video to make. But do I keep this here? Maybe I should move it somewhere else, as it is a bit ugly and does stand out from the rest of my sort of medieval Minecraft world, as this is just a massive colourful blob. So let me know in the comments, do I get rid of this or do I just keep it here because it is a part of this world? One thing I will get rid of though is all of these shulker boxes over here. Yeah, random. Yeah, nothing great in here to be honest. 3 ender chest, and obviously a stone cutter and a crafting table. I always forget there's a ton of Halloween mobs about, and these aren't even from like this year's or last year, like 2023's Halloween. These are from 2022. So these guys have been here for ages now. So I'll just continue to leave them there, and I do actually need to sleep again, as it's time to wake up to day 1994. Only 6 days left. I need to head back to my industrial district quickly, so it's probably a good idea to mention my sort of future plans for this channel. As for the past few months, I had an upload schedule where I'd upload 3 videos a week on top of a few shorts. However, recently I've not been able to have constant ideas to be able to make those 3 videos. So I've sort of moved it back to 1 video a week. However, my goal for now on is to at least make a weekly video, if not 2 videos a week. On top of that, I do want to add as many YouTube shorts in between as I can. Obviously, there may be weeks in the future where I'm unable to make videos, however, I'll try to make that not very often. You know what, the next project we should work on is grabbing some andesite, grabbing some tuff and some cobblestone, as it's probably worth terraforming all of that stone. And you know what, I'll grab some more stone, in order to make some more stone slabs. And now that we're in 1.21, I can actually do the same for tuff. I'll also make sure to grab some moss carpet, and some grass, and some bone meal. So what I want to do to start adding in the detail is just mixing in all of these blocks. For example, andesite can go everywhere, as it sort of just looks like a different sort of texture to stone. Whereas the other blocks, for example tuff, I want to go in sort of darker patches. For example, around here. Maybe a bit around there. And then I guess I'll just add the cobblestone in other random places similar to the andesite. Honestly, even from a distance, these textures really help. Next, I do want to scatter in some moss. Especially the moss carpet, as I mentioned earlier with a texture pack, it really helps just to add extra details. Yeah, I think that moss really helps. It would also help if I went to sleep. Yeah, this feels really repetitive now. Oh well, we've only got 5 days left. Now that I'm only 5 days away from day 2000, there's something I want to add into this world. As every time I hit a milestone, whether it is to do with this world or for YouTube, I build some sort of statue. So I'm going to be continuing to do that today by building a brand new statue. Now this statue is going to be very similar to one I've built before for the anniversary of my YouTube channel. However, I'm going to change up the design a little bit. And by that I mean the blocks I'm going to use. As this time around, instead of using stone, I want to use some copper, as it will age over time with this world, which just really helps to add even more detail into my world. So for it, I'm definitely going to need a bit of chiseled copper, a few cut copper stairs, and some cut copper slabs. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure these are all the blocks I'm going to need, just like I need to sleep. And now there's only 4 days left. So next up, I actually need to decide where I'm going to build this next statue. And you know what, today we've been working a lot in this area, and it's near the llama village, so I might as well build it around here. And I think I'll build it right here, next to the pink village, facing the custom forest and that giant stone tree. The first thing I need to do is add in where the llama's feet go, which should be right like this. Next, I'll add in where the sign goes, so I want 2 chisel stone bricks, 2 stairs, 2 slabs on top, and then I'll add in the 2 signs, which I'll actually edit later on. And next, I just need to go 4 blocks up with copper on each of the legs. Next, I just need to fill it in and add 2 stairs. Do the same on this side. I can't actually fit around. Oh, missed a stair. There we go. Do the same here. Add the stairs. And the same here. And add the stairs. Next, I need to actually get on top of it. Add 4 more blocks of copper along here. 2 slabs. 2 stairs. 3 stairs across like this. And across like this. And then do the same 1 block up on each side. Oh, misplaced a stair. Oh well. 2 more stairs across like this. And then this just needs to be copper blocks. 4 more blocks up like this. Just 3 here. 2 more stairs. Then 2 more copper blocks. 2 stairs. We need our chiseled copper blocks. Then we add 2 polished blackstone buttons. And that should be our copper llama statue built. And we'll be back later on to actually dedicate this build to 2000 days. But even on the giant world map, I think this looks really cool. Whilst I'm actually waiting to hit day 2000, I might as well do some of the other tasks I just do randomly around my world. Such as collecting all the iron from my iron farm. And turning it into blocks. And then I can fly back down to my industrial district where all my villages are. And turn this stack of iron blocks into 16 emerald blocks, which I think is a pretty good deal. Plus my armor, my elytra, and all my tools have now been repaired. And now the sun is somewhat setting. But it's time to find more tasks to do. Don't worry, I've definitely got ideas, and yeah, I've not run out, I swear. Like over here, for example, we could, I don't know. Yeah, I've sort of run out of ideas at this point, but we're so close. For example, I could say hi to my cartographer villagers I always remember are here. No, you're not escaping. I could stare at the map of my world a bit more. Honestly, this map, it's Zera's map mod for anyone interested, but honestly, it looks so cool. It just gives sort of a massive image of what my world looks like. Alright, the sun has now set, meaning we can sleep. And now we've only got 3 days left. That has definitely become very repetitive at that point. There we go, this torchflower field has almost fully grown now, and I think it looks really cool. Even on the map, I think it looks really cool, as do all of the other fields around here. To be honest, that llama statue really stands out, but I think that's a good thing. I really like the look of it, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Anyway, as the sun is now setting, I can sleep once again, to wake up with only 2 days left. So now that I'm on day 1998, I want to continue adding some more details. For example, around here, I want to add some fences with some lanterns on, to light up the path a bit more. There we go, this will definitely help at night to stop mobs spawning, as well as adding some more light around the area. But now that has been done, it's probably time to discuss what my plans are for after 2000 days. I've got a massive project in mind, and to do that, there's going to be a brand new video series. You see, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be trying my best to upload as consistently as possible in order to create a really cool series. Now, this series will involve me building an entire village inside of this hardcore world. But on top of that, I'm thinking about doing different challenges as I do it. For example, I might not use the elytra and have to use horses instead. And the area I'm going to build will be right over here in this flower forest. For reference, this is the flower forest here, my base is over here, and one of the videos I do have planned is to create a giant path going all the way to this new village. But this is going to be a massive project, so if you like the sound of it, make sure to subscribe. As another one of my goals for this area is to create a ton of automatic farms, and my goal for this area is to make a bunch of automatic farms, finally got it right, mainly being flower farms, in order to have a reason to come out here again. But one of my biggest goals will to have this be accessible on horseback, in order to have more ways to travel around this hardcore world. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really cool project, so if you like the sound of it, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I'm going to upload the videos. And if there's anything else you'd like to see me do in this hardcore world, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. The new area's also got this really cool shipwreck in the water, so I definitely want to incorporate that into some sort of build. But don't worry, I'm not finished with my area at all, as I've got so many more plans. But the reason I'm doing this project is just to enjoy the simpler times of Minecraft again, as my goal is to just build and be as consistent as possible. My goal originally was to create it as like a sort of fresh restart series, where I maybe just bring my netherite armor and tools with me, but have to like live off resources over there. But then I realised some of the plans I have for building involve lots of rare blocks, and blocks that are thousands of blocks away from that area. So I don't really want to do that. Instead, I just want to create the best village possible. And then once I'm back, don't worry, I'll be back here to work on this pink village. Alright, the sun is now slowly setting, meaning it's almost time for day 1999, and then the big day 2000. But whilst I still wait, it's probably worth adding in some more decorations. So I've got a ton of flowers to build some more flower fields, as honestly, these just help to add even more detail into my world. Now that the first one's been built, an orange tulip field, it's time to sleep. To wake up on day 1999. We're so close to day 2000. You know what, it'd be a real shame if I did end up dying today on this world. Like, not even make it to day 2000. So I'll just continue placing down flowers instead of fighting mobs. There we go, that's a lot more fields added into this area, and I think that this will look really cool once I do build up the final few houses. But obviously that's going to be a future Harry problem. And you know what, I also think it would be cool to have another windmill here. But of course, I'll do that eventually. But just looking around, I'm really happy with the progress we've made today, adding all these fields, and creating this really cool mountains of terraforming. I'm really happy I did this. But as the sun begins to set, I thought it would be pretty cool to look through all of the statistics of this world. The most mined block is grass with 106,000, then stone with 80,000, netherrack with 67,000, dirt 52,000, and oak leaves 29,000. The mob I've killed the most of is actually the drowned with 152,000. Yeah, I had a drowned farm to give me a lot of copper. And in general, I've talked to villagers 3,955 times. The total amount of time I've played for is 18.55 days. I've slept in a bed 1,592 times. Traded over 22,000 times with villagers, and most importantly, have never died. But as the sun is now pretty much set, I think the best place to sleep will be at my starter house. Built almost 2,000 days ago now. You know, it's kind of crazy, I never imagined I'd created this world 2 years ago, and for it to transform into all of this. But now it's time to sleep on day 1999, and wake up to day 2000. But now that I've hit 2,000 days, it's time to quit now, I'm just kidding. In fact, I've got something to do straight away. Inside of my shulker box, I've got a map box, where I used to collect maps for every 100 days I survived. This is the 100 day one, for example, then most recently was day 1,500. As I then decided, it's probably worth doing every 500 days to see the improvements a bit more. But now, I guess it's finally time to update the map to day 2000. So all we need to do is fly around a bit just to update it to see all of the new builds I have added. For example, over here, we'll generate in the entire llama village, as well as all the new paths and fields I've built. I don't think it goes as far as this forest, unfortunately. Nope, annoyingly it's just off the map, but we can go down this way. And I guess we should head over to the industrial district. Although, oh no, there is some level of improvement. We've obviously got the 1.21 building, but that's pretty much it. Don't worry, I'll make sure to lock this map. And now I can officially say I have survived 2,000 days inside of Minecraft Hardcore without totems. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for my next video where I have a massive project planned out for this world. And don't worry, I'll remember to do the signs of Miss Llama.